Aesop's Fables.
Chapter 1. The Crow and the Pitcher. One hot day, there was a crow that was very thirsty. He found a pitcher with a little water in it. The pitcher was tall and had a narrow neck. He put his beak into the pitcher, but he could not reach the water.
What shall I do?
Thought the crow.
I'll think and think.
Then an idea came to him. He picked up a pebble in his beak and dropped it into the pitcher. Plop, plop. He dropped in more pebbles. At last, the water rose high in the pitcher. He was able to drink the cool water. Necessity is the mother of invention. The Dog and the Shadow. Once, a dog was walking home with a large bone in his mouth. On his way, he crossed the stepping stones in a little stream. He stopped and looked down into the calm water. To his surprise, there was another dog. The other dog was also carrying a bone, and it seemed much bigger than his bone.
Two bones are even better than one,
thought the greedy dog. He put his head down toward the water and tried to grab the other bone. But when his mouth opened, his bone fell into the stream with a splash. Then the other dog disappeared.
That greedy dog has run away with my bone,
he thought. He went sadly on his way. It is foolish to be greedy. The Ant and the Grasshopper. One late summer day, a grasshopper was dancing and singing when he saw an ant. The ant was gathering and storing grain.
Why do you work so hard? Come and play with me,
said the grasshopper.
It's such a beautiful day.
I am storing food for the winter,
said the ant.
I think you should do the same.
Why do you think about winter?
said the grasshopper.
We have plenty of food now.
The grasshopper continued to dance and sing, and the ant continued its work. When winter came, the grasshopper had no food and began dying of hunger. He went to the ant's house and asked,
Can I have some food? I'm starving.
You danced last summer,
said the ants in disgust.
You can continue to dance.
And they gave him no food. Always be prepared for hard times. The Goose with the Golden Eggs. One day, a countryman found a shiny yellow egg in his goose's nest. The egg was pure gold.
How can this be?
He said. The next morning, he hurried to the nest and found another golden egg. Every morning, the same thing happened. The countryman sold them in the market and became rich. As he grew rich, he grew greedy. He imagined the goose was full of gold inside. He decided to kill it and get all the gold at once. But when he cut it open, he found nothing. And his precious goose was dead. Much wants more and loses all. The Hare and the Tortoise. Once upon a time, there was a hare who always boasted about his speed, and he made fun of the tortoise for being so slow. Then one day, the angry tortoise answered back.
You may be swift like the wind,
Said the tortoise.
but even you can be beaten.
The hare laughed.
Beaten in a race? I'm the fastest. Nobody can beat me.
The tortoise said.
I can. I'll race you to prove it.
The hare was amused at the idea of running a race with the tortoise, but he agreed. They planned the starting line for the course. Then they marked the finish line. The next day at dawn, the hare and the tortoise stood at the starting line. The hare yawned sleepily. All the animals in the forest gathered to watch. The race started. The hare soon left the tortoise far behind. Once he reached the midway mark, he slowed down. Then he stopped and looked back at the tortoise.
That tortoise will never catch me.
He thought.
There is plenty of time to relax.
He lay down and took a nap, but the tortoise continued walking. He never stopped. After a time, the tortoise passed the place where the hare was sleeping. The hare slept on and on. At last, the tortoise was near the finish line. The animals who were watching cheered loudly, so their noise woke the hare. The hare stretched and yawned and began to run again. But he was too late. The tortoise was over the finish line. The tortoise won the race. Slow and steady wins the race.